Travis Hunter, my goodness gracious, 14 targets, 8 grabs, 101, and a touchdown on many people's fantasy benches, mine included.
They've just got to get Travis Hunter more involved in the offense, more like first read stuff, make him the primary, because I thought he was awesome in this game. Statistically, obviously, he was great.
Look at the release.
There's your separation.
Great route.
Stutter and go. Gets by clean.
That is unbelievable.
Maybe the greatest catch I've ever seen.
Travis Hunter had a huge breakout game. It was an awful game to watch. I'm on the West Coast. I'm going to be 100% honest with y'all. I only caught the second half, okay? I'm not waking up at 6 o'clock to go watch this game. I'm sorry. 35-7 was the loss for the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is in London to the LA Rams. But man, Travis Hunter, my goodness gracious, 14 targets, 8 grabs, 101, and a touchdown on many people's fantasy benches, mine included. 14 targets in this game. I know BTJ got hurt, but he had 15 targets in his previous 3 games combined, Matt. I mean, shoot, he almost matched that total in this one game. That's insane. 14 targets.
Yeah. And obviously it sucks that it comes in this game where the Jaguars got obliterated by the Rams. Just no contest. I mean, and we can have a larger conversation about the Jaguars offense here as they head into their desperately needed week 8 bye coming back from London. I think it's definitely going to be a tough bye week, a lot of soul searching and a lot of figuring out what can we do from here to sort of get this offense back on track, because they're still haunted by a lot of the same problems in terms of penalties. The offensive line has been an issue, especially the last couple of weeks. Trevor Lawrence has definitely been an issue, especially the last couple of weeks. The receivers are still dropping the football all over the place. Brian Thomas Jr. is still having his issues working over the middle of the field. Once again, another bad play this week doing that. Parker Washington also had a bunch of drops. Parker Washington has like a 20 air yards per target in this game. I like Parker Washington, but I don't know that we need like deep threat Parker Washington. Hey guys, quick break here to tell you about our sponsor, ZBiotics. Let's face it, after a night with drinks, I just don't bounce back the next day like I used to. I have to make a choice. I can either have a great night or a great next day. That is, until I found pre-alcohol. ZBiotics pre-alcohol probiotic drink is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. Here's how it works. When you drink alcohol, it gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. It is a buildup of this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for rough days after drinking. Pre-alcohol produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. So just remember to make pre-alcohol your first drink of the night, drink responsibly, and you'll feel your best tomorrow. I personally use pre-alcohol while I'm trying to consume less alcohol overall. I still love to go out to dinner, go to a winery with my wife, explore some different food pairings. It really enhances the experience. And with pre-alcohol, I don't have to sacrifice the next day. I can get up, crush my goals, whether it's charting a new wide receiver, fitness, whatever it is. I don't have to sacrifice that anymore. So go to zbiotics.com/RP to learn more and get 15% off your first order when you use code RP at checkout. ZBiotics is backed with a 100% money-back guarantee, so if you're unsatisfied for any reason, they're going to refund your money, no questions asked. Remember, head to zbiotics.com/RP and use the code RP at checkout for 15% off. So,
I mean, you have De'Ami Brown. Throw him some deep shots. You know, like what's going on over here, Parker Washington?
He's another. I mean, he's also had some issues this year. So it's just like a lot going on for this Jaguars offense. But I think one thing that I feel pretty strongly about going into the bye and what they need to do coming out of it is they've just got to get Travis Hunter more involved in the offense, more like first read stuff, make him the primary, because I thought he was awesome in this game. Statistically, obviously he was great. And I don't need to hear about how it all came in garbage time or any of that, because what did we just talk about at the beginning of the show? The Broncos had 33 points in the fourth quarter. The games are never over until they are over. And I charted this game this morning. I promise you the Rams aren't in the secondary, lighting up a cigarette and kicking their feet up. All right. They're not trying to just like, yeah, there he goes. See ya, Travis Hunter. Go ahead and just run by us or whatever. In fact, Travis Hunter's first career touchdown, the safety Quentin Lake commits a illegal contact on him. So it's like he definitely wasn't just giving up on the play or anything like that. I mean, I think what we saw in this, and the big takeaway for me, is he has been trending up anyways in terms of his involvement with the offense generally. He has been, in terms of route participation, we saw in week 4, he jumped up to 74%. And then in week 5, he was at 74% again. And then 88% in week 6, despite having, because I remember coming on the show in week 5 after the Chiefs game and saying, oh man, James, like we're finally seeing him run some real deal routes. They're trying to get him the football on these real deal, big in breaking routes. And then of course comes out in the next game in week 6, 7 targets for like 15 yards or whatever. Like, oh, great. Right. But he did set a season high 88% route participation in that game. In this one, we jump up to like 90%. So it's pretty clear that they're putting more on his plate from an involvement perspective on the offensive side of the football. I'll let everybody else handle the opinions on, his split between the defense and the offense and all that stuff. I'm just strictly talking about him as a receiver. Yeah. We also saw him play more outside than not more outside than inside, but actually do some outside on the line of scrimmage stuff from like a boundary perspective. So that's encouraging to see, because we talked about this a few weeks ago, how they said they only wanted him to play the F receiver position. They've actually had him doing a little bit more X, doing a little bit more Z. So that's been encouraging to see as well. And it definitely trends up in the involvement. And my last point here that I think, again, from charting the game and just noticing the routes that he's running, we're talking about like a fully expanded tree now. Like, yeah, he's still running some screens and quick hitters and stuff like that. No question. They want to get the football to him on screens because they should. He's so goddamn dynamic with the ball in his hands, but a lot more deeper out routes. He ran a go route in this game for the first time in any game I charted for him. So there's definitely a ramping up from him that I was excited to see. And I think just based on obviously BTJ, the injuries and some of the stuff that he's been dealing with, I think coming out of the bye and making Travis Hunter the first read guy here, like a little bit more the number one in the progression, I think that would really help the Jacksonville Jaguars offense. I just think he's playing really well right now, particularly against man coverage.